going on, everybody? This is Pastor Shay, aka Chaplain G, coming at you with another word of encouragement for today. And so today I wanted to bring y'all something from the book of Proverbs as a word of encouragement, right? For those of you who don't know, you're not familiar with the Bible, the book of Proverbs is just this collection of wise sayings that King Solomon, he gathered together, put them all in one book, and he handed it down like, hey, this is how life works best. That's the purpose of the Proverbs. Sometimes life doesn't always work out that way. Sometimes good stuff happens to bad people. Sometimes bad stuff happens to good people. Life is always wishy-washy, right? But Proverbs comes along and says, this is how life works best. And if you follow these general guidelines, life will typically work out well for you. And so I wanted to bring some kind of encouragement like that to y'all today, right? And so I'm reading through the Proverbs. I'm trying to find a good one to share. It got me to thinking, like, I remember back when my grandma Betty, me and my cousins, we used to, our greeting for each other would be like, yo, what up, fool? What up, fool? Like, that was just our greeting. Like, we had love for each other. We would just be like, yo, what up, fool? And my grandma Betty would always get upset, like, stop calling each other fools. And I never understood why she would get so upset about that, right? She was like, don't call each other fools. Because what I think Grandma Betty understood and what we didn't understand as dumb teenagers was giving someone the classification of fool is actually a description that they're on this road of ultimate destruction in their life, away from the presence of God. And so she was a God-fearing woman. And so she was actually trying to help us out spiritually, right? Didn't get that at the time. I get it now, which is why I wanted to bring y'all this encouragement too, because Proverbs talks a lot about the ways of the foolish, and the ways of the foolish are, a person that's always engaged in adultery, that's always fickle with their money, that's kind of lazy, that's doing all kind of stuff that's just this path of destruction in their lives. And today's no different. Today's verse that I'm gonna bring to y'all is actually talking about this folly of always carrying around this chip on your shoulder. You know what I'm talking about? Like, some of y'all probably know what I'm talking about on that one. But Proverbs chapter 14, verse 29, it says, whoever is slow to anger has great understanding, but he who has a hasty temper exalts folly. Essentially what this passage is saying, it's like, that chip on your shoulder when somebody say something to you and you always got to like snap back real quick, or when you hear something on the news or somebody says something to you and you just got to react with the quickness. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. The Bible says actually be slow to anger. So to a person that thinks about their environment, that thinks about what's being said, that thinks about what their reaction is going to be, that is the path to great understanding. But the person who has this hasty temper, who just got to react real quick, that's always offended, that's always carrying around the chip on his shoulder, that's the way of foolishness, the Bible says. It's the way of folly. And ultimately what the Bible is describing, because God himself carries this title of being slow to anger. So when God was introducing himself in the Bible, he would say, I'm the Lord. I'm slow to anger, abounding in love, maintaining this love to generations. So this was the description that God gave himself. And the very first one that he gave was that he was slow to anger. And so by us modeling this attitude of being slow to anger, of thinking about the things we do, of thinking about how wrathful do I want to be in my engagements with other people, that's actually us modeling the goodness of God, actually modeling God himself. So that's my encouragement for you today, man. If you're a person that is slow to anger, like you're pretty chill, you're pretty mellow when people do stuff to you, like you're kind of calculative, like, okay, what's really going on? How am I really going to respond? Keep it up, man. Like that's actually a godlike attribute, and I commend you for it. I can't always say that I have that. Sometimes I'll pop off real quick, and I got a sharp, witty tongue sometimes. And that's what I also want to encourage you with, right? So if you find yourself like me, you're a person that's kind of like, You got a chip on your shoulder, you pop off real quick. Try to be more godlike in your interactions with people so that you don't lead this life that's geared toward ultimate destruction. That's my quick word for you today, man. Hopefully it's encouraging for you. Y'all know what to do. If you like this content, let me know by liking it, sharing it, subscribing it, hitting the notification bell so you know when I put something out. That way we can get this thing going. But I love y'all. Hope all of y'all doing well. If you need anything from me, if you want to engage with the text at all, let me know. You know how to get a hold of me. But until next time, grace and peace.